Welcome to the upower broadcast, which focuses on prevention and the treatment of musculoskeletal disorders at work. I'm Michele Montagna. I'm a kinesiologist, professor of ergonomics prevention and treatment of musculoskeletal disorders at work, certified health and safety trainer in professional places. Have you ever considered how many hours you wear work shoes during the day? Well, definitely at least 8 hours at a minimum. A significant number of hours if you consider the long working day that awaits you. Therefore, our feet and joints need a shoe that has to be light, comfortable, breathable, but above all, gives the opportunity to experience sensations of pleasant well-being also from a postural point of view. As you know, our body reacts differently and diversified on the basis of repeated and repetitive movements that during the day we go to face. Here, a technology that helps our feet is essential, but in reality the whole organism to be able to support us. If, for example, you find yourselves having to work on an assembly line in the factory and on static professional positions, sitting or standing, tendentially we will encounter a slowdown of the circulation. This leads over the days, weeks, months, years to a chronicity, seeing the circulation slowing down in a certain sense. This means that the muscles and joints will tend to stiffen, compromising the organization, the general harmony of the whole organism. The consequences will be symptoms manifested as a sense of fatigue, less freedom of movement, swelling of the legs, a greater sense of tiredness. Fatigue that will occur much earlier during the day, and the worker will automatically feel their muscles hardening more, therefore their joints not only day after day, but over the course of weeks and months. And these situations will tend to become chronic over time, making it increasingly difficult to face the working day. To protect yourself, it's essential to use protective devices that allow the worker to enjoy an optimal working condition, protecting him in the immediate, short, medium and long term, because an efficient body can work in harmony and in a coordinated way only if these aspects are preserved. Every professional activity conditions, albeit in a diversified way, the freedom of movement of each worker. And so, as time goes on, often conditions are created in professions defined as hypertonia conditions, that is, excessive muscle tension, fibrous, which over time create deficits in freedom of movement. For this reason, I compared the traditional safety shoe and a upower red carpet line one through the study of kinesiology and biomechanics. The traditional work shoe proved to have a rather harsh response, rather rigid on the joints both in the static phase and in the dynamic phase during the support of the heel. Therefore, of the posterior zone of the foot, of the half plant and of the forefoot. And this tension basically manifests itself as joint stiffness, consequently fascial and muscular stiffness, which, over time, basically creates dysfunctions and a general feeling of general discomfort. Red carpets instead use a technology which offers the worker a softer surface, but at the same time more resistant through a compound used for anti-fatigue mats. Red carpet technology is able to dissipate the stress of every single square centimetre of its sole, going to reduce tensions because they will be distributed over the entire plant. Consequently, also the weight of its user will be a bit like perceiving it lighter, while the tread, which is not the sole, but the part of the shoe that goes directly on the ground, has a coefficient, a value of adhesion equal to 0.6. And this reduces the risk factors related to any accidents in the workplace, both during static movements and during dynamic movements, even on the most insidious soil. From a prevention and health point of view, a worker perceiving more grip, the adhesion of his grip on the ground basically allows to be more loose, more secure, reducing tensions that would otherwise accumulate for fear of any ruinous falls. Plus, a high grip tread allows the worker himself to perceive more the underlying soil, and therefore the sharp edges of the same tread allow you to lighten the step. Lighten the step means having a lower metabolic cost, therefore wasting less energy, reducing muscle and joint tension with a substantial lightening of the daily workload. If you want to know which safety shoe is best suited to your professional requirements, do not miss this fantastic opportunity. Fill in the form and don't worry, be happy with upower.